Hello traders and welcome to the market opening preview, April 29th on a Friday, 2016. Traders, great to be with you, coming to you live from Pattaya, Thailand. What a hot, beautiful, sunny, blue sky day it is today. Traders, this is brought to you through FXCL Excellence in Trading. Traders, if you would, please come to our website at FX Clearing for your trading solutions. Traders, like I said, it's great to be with you again. Got a lot to talk about today. Big surprises from the BOJ yesterday, and really flipped the markets around, and we'll take a look at that in just a little bit. However, let me introduce myself to you. My name is William Gilday. I'm your moderator for the market opening preview series every single trading day before the London Open. Traders, I use two things to trade with. I use fundamentals and I use technicals. I listen to fundamentals. I pay for a newsfeed, and 24 hours a day, it's on. I don't listen to it 24 hours a day, but it's on. It's available 24 hours a day to me. And it's so important that you have a good economic calendar or a data feed, whether it's Reuters or whatever you use, to have up and coming events and even surprise events that you can be aware of to protect your positions in your trades in the Forex market. However, I don't trade the numbers. In other words, if a news event comes out, I wait for it to happen. I wait about 40 minutes, and then I decide if I'm going to enter a trade. However, I am a technician. I love analyzing charts, candlestick patterns, support, resistance, price, action, price structure, and again, price failure. And what I do is I put those both together. I do an analysis. I make a trade plan, and I put it all together. And once the plan is done, I just wait for price to come to me. I'm a pullback trader. In other words, I wait for price to make a move, wait for the pullback within the trend, and then I will enter my trade. And that's basically the way I trade Forex. It's not difficult. It's not easy, but it's not difficult. It just takes work. And this is a career for me. So, it's something that it's so important that you understand, even if you're doing it part-time, that you get a good grasp on fundamentals and technicals. All right, that's enough about me, traders. On a Friday, let's take a look at our risk disclaimer. Forex trading has a large potential rewards, but also a large potential of risk. You must be aware of the risks and be willing to accept them in order to invest in the Forex market. Most importantly, traders, please do not trade with money you cannot afford to lose. Traders, past performance of any trading system or methodology is not necessarily indicative of future results. Traders, let's hit it. News and commentary. Okay, let's see how the markets closed in the U.S. session. Looks like a bunch of red to me. The Dow 30 closed negative 1.17%. The S&P 500 closed negative 0.92%. The NASDAQ closed negative 1.19%. The small cap 2,000 closed negative 1.07%. Let's head on over to the Eurozone and let's take a look. What's the DAX doing? The DAX closed positive 0.21%. The FTSE 100 closed 0.04%, with the CAC 40 out of Paris in the red at negative 0.04%, very barely in the red. And the Eurostoxx 50 also closed in the red at negative 0.30%. Traders, let's head on over to Asia. What's going on in Asia? The Nikkei 225 is currently trading, and it's negative 3.61%. The S&P ASX 200 out of Australia is positive 0.35%. The China A50 is currently negative 0.11%. And the Hang Seng is currently negative 1.55%. And the Kospi out of Seoul is currently negative 0.52%. Yeah, Asia's taking a real hit. Due to, believe it or not, the oil situation is causing Asia, and with the Fed saying, well, we're going to hold off on raising interest rates. We'll think about it. Yeah, that wasn't really good. So today we have a bunch of medium impact news events through the London session, and throughout the day. There's a lot of medium impact news events. However, I think there's only one high impact news event, and that is in the U.S. An hour before the U.S. stock market opens. Canada has its GDP month on month for February. That's a high impact news event. And folks, that is going to wrap up. Yep, that's going to wrap up all our all week. The only other thing I watch is Michigan consumer expectations. I keep an eye on that. It's a medium impact, but it does affect the markets, and it will move the markets occasionally. So it's not a bad thing to. And also, Michigan consumer sentiment is even more important as that comes out also in the U.S. markets. Alrighty. Okay. So that's what's going on with markets and indices on a Friday, April 29th. Where did this month go? So, what's my commentary for today? Commentary for today is the BOJ was the news of the day yesterday. It decided not to do any sort of easing. The Bank of Japan decided to keep everything as it is and not change a thing, and the markets took that pretty hard. They didn't like that at all, which gave a lot of yen strength, folks. But on the whole, I don't think the markets wanted that. I think they were looking for some sort of easing, interest rate changes. They were looking for something. The market was looking for something out of the BOJ, and it didn't happen. And I think that was the big one yesterday. We're still in earnings season. I think we're fading out. I think we only got like a couple of days left into next week of earnings season, and we'll be done with that, and we can really get back to some normal trading. As I do trade options in the U.S. session, so it's earnings season is definitely makes options trading a little bit more challenging. Not that much, but just a little bit. All right, so let's head to the charts, my friends, and let's take a look at the euro dollar. Euro dollar is bullish, as you can see late in. This is Asia actually. If you take a look at this chart, this is in the Asia session. The euro's popped up here. I don't know why, to be honest with you. Got a late start today. I had some business I had to take care of, so I'm getting a very late start. Actually, it is 10:46 a.m. in Thailand, and it's 23:46 hours on Wall Street. So what are we going to do with this? Well, I'm bearish in the euro dollar. I'm not bullish in the euro dollar, and the only good thing is that it took out those. If you look left of the chart, it took out those highs. But we're currently at the R1 reversal pivot point. And you know what? I'm ready to sell this. I'm looking for a nice bearish engulfing candle to take this to the downside. My drawdown is going to be minimal. It's going to be right above those candles above the R1. And, we're going to get in at 1377. We'll get out at 1315. Give us a nice 65 pip trade. And that'll do me good for today. It's a nice way to go into the weekend if it works out. Price just has to work. Right? So that's a London open trade if that works. Take a look at the pound. No, this is not the euro. This is the pound. It just looks like the same, and it's the same situation. I'm bearish in the pound. If you look left of the chart, it's pretty nasty price action. It's like all over the place. It really hasn't, on this 30-minute chart, really hasn't given us a solid direction. However, if you look at the EMAs, the 200 EMA, the green line, the 55 EMA, the blue line, and the little thin brown line which is a 10 EMA, they're all pointed in the upward direction. So if I was going to enter this in a short, I surely would want to see that 10 EMA start pointing to the downside, and that thing is pointing straight up, and that doesn't give me good feelers. If we're going to trade this, if you want to trade this long, I would fib the last swing, and you're probably going to have to wait for a pullback to the daily pivot point or in that area and then buy it. So that's the other option if you want to take it long. But yeah, I want to sell this. I really want to sell this. But the dollar went below 94 yesterday, and I have not looked today if the dollar is back up or not. But from what I see at the indices, it doesn't look like it. So we're still below 94, and we need to stay above 94, between 94 and 95, and I think it's down in the 93.80 area. So we'll keep an eye on that today once London opens. All right, let's take a look at the Aussie dollar. No price action yesterday. Really pretty boring. I put a nice trend line on there, nice 5-touch trend line. Just waiting for price to break below it. You know what? If we can get in at 0.7630, we'll get out at 0.7557. It's not a lot of pips. If it continues down, just keep taking it down, my friends. But you know, it's a small trade and it's a Friday. And what happens on a Friday? Well, you end up with people with position squaring, taking profits and things like that. So these pairs can go in some wild directions once that starts happening. Now, when does that normally happen? Normally the start of the session and the end of the session. So that's when most of the time you're going to see it. And remember, it's also the last day of the month. So the big guys, the big hedge funders, and the big banks, the big guys, right, are closing their books for the month. So could be interesting. Okay, let's take a look at the Euro Aussie, another pair that just has not done anything. You know, it made that move up on Monday and basically has gone sideways ever since, staying in this range. I just want to see this get below the daily pivot point in the 55. Let's get in it at 1.4854. We'll get out at 1.4765, and that's a nice 80 pip trade. But I just need price action to do it, and we don't have a lot of high impact events today to get price moving. But like I said, there's a lot of medium impact data coming out today, so maybe we can get some price action. But man, we sure didn't have any on this pair in the last 3 days, right? It's pretty quiet on the Euro Aussie. Let's take a look at the Euro Yen. Yeah, this is that's the big red candle from the BOJ, and then it just came down and just went sideways and then came down again. If I'm not mistaken, BOJ Governor Kuroda is due to speak again today, if I remember correctly from reading 5:30 this morning, Thailand time. So I think he's due to speak again today and basically clarify what went on yesterday. And that's just going to make the yen stronger. So I'm bearish in the Euro Yen. I've been bearish in the Euro Yen for a long time. So just let's stay with it, right? Don't fight the river. The river's going down, and we're going to go down with it, right? We just want a piece of it. We don't want the whole pie. Okay, let's go over to the New Zealand dollar. Here's another pair. Again, no price action, nothing. Just really up and down and sideways. This is really not doing anything. This isn't giving us any kind of help here. And we have a gap to fill. You remember we had this gap, and we still have a gap. And gaps get filled, my friends, and I'm expecting this to come down and close that gap at some point. I don't think it's going to be today, but I do expect it to be Monday or Tuesday, or Wednesday. I would expect this gap by the end of next week to be completed. The New Zealand dollar is not a bullish pair, folks. It's bearish. It's bearish, right? We don't want to be buying the Kiwi, my friends. I'd much rather be buying dollars, okay? And nothing against Kiwis, but it's weak, and that's not the pair I want to trade, right? So I want to take this to the downside. I want to sell this. Get in at 0.6937, get out at 0.6855. Nice trade. Nice 70 pip trade here. Let's go New Zealand dollar. I thought yesterday was going to be the day. I'll be honest with you. That was my pick of the day yesterday. That was my pick of the day for the trade of the day. And it just didn't work. And that's what happens. You can do all the analysis and you can do all the trade plans and all that stuff, but sometimes it just doesn't happen. And this is a perfect example of a pair that I really thought was going to work out yesterday out of all the pairs, and it didn't happen. And now we're seeing like 5 out of 6 of these pairs are all sideways and no price action, except for the Euro Yen. So I'm very cautious on a Friday. Again, end of the week and end of the month. All right, traders, on behalf of myself, William Gilday, and our great friends at FXCL Excellence in Trading, I want to thank you for joining me today on a Friday, April 29th, 2016. Traders, have a great weekend. Enjoy your 2-day break. We have a full day of trading ahead. Always remember to trade smart and not hard. Traders, we'll catch you in the next Asia session. Take care now. Bye-bye.